Hi everyone, welcome back to Career Level Up, where I share career management and growth strategies. I hope you are doing well. I'm doing amazing. As always, I'm so excited to be back to share another video with you. And today I'm going to be sharing what recruiters are looking for, kind of what recruiters want. So if you want to land the right opportunities, there's no way that you would go past the recruiter. The recruiters are the one headhunting you. The recruiters are the ones screening you. The recruiters are the ones sometimes interviewing you. And recruiters also get involved in the final decision making on who gets hired for every role within every organization. The first thing to know about any role is that the recruiter is an important part of the hiring process of every role. So the recruiter is an important person. So don't take recruiters for granted. That's just a joke right there. So the recruiters actually get involved in the design of the job specification or the person specification for every role. It differs in different organizations. Sometimes in some organizations, the hiring manager is the one that creates the job requisition from start to finish. However, because a recruiter is someone that is highly skilled, they know specifically how to advise the hiring manager on what to include on the job specification. So the recruiter and the hiring manager work hand in hand to design the requisition or job specification for each role. Once the job specification is then designed, the recruiter will go to the market looking for the person that matches the requisition. For example, maybe they are looking for someone with a strong technical ability. Maybe they are looking for someone with strong communication skill. Maybe they are looking for someone with language skill. Maybe they are looking for someone who is a leader, who can work within a team, who can work collaboratively and on their own initiative. So when recruiters go to the market, they are looking for someone with those kind of skills. A lot of times, recruiters and hiring managers don't expect that you have 10 over 10 of all those skills and experience. A lot of times, recruiters just look for someone whose skills and experience is very close to the person's specification or the job specification. So if, for example, they are looking for 10 skills and you have at about 8 demonstrated on your CV, you are likely to be considered to be brought in for an interview for that role. What am I saying? You don't necessarily have to have 10 over 10 of the skill or 8 over 8 of the skill. You don't have to have all the skills that they are looking for to apply for a job. In fact, if you have all the skills on any requisition, it means you are overqualified for that role. So that is the best way to look at it. If you have like 7 over 10 of the skills, that means that you look forward to learning something new, something challenging, to take on a new challenge. So it means that you are almost qualified for that role. So when you're looking for a job, don't apply to roles that you meet all the skills and experience required for that role. You may be underselling yourself. So what are recruiters looking for? Good recruiters won't be looking at your gender. They won't be looking at your sexuality. They won't be looking at your nationality. They won't be looking at your cultural background. They won't be looking at your age. They just are looking for someone who has the right skills and experience and someone who they think can really come into the organization and blend into the existing culture of the organization, enhance it, and also deliver on the task, the responsibilities, and functions of the role that they've applied for. When I screen CVs, I don't look for someone with all the skills and experience match for match. I look for someone who is similar and can take on that challenge. Secondly, I also look for the way you've presented yourself on your CV. And all recruiters do this. Sometimes it's not about your grammar, punctuation, spelling. It's all about how you tell your story, some of the key achievements you've attained in your previous roles. For example, in a marketing role, you helped your organization to meet a target of $100 million. I, as a recruiter, want to hear from you on how you attained that goal. Did you do it alone? Did you work as a part of a team? Did you get initiative from other sources to achieve that goal? So I don't look for someone with 10 to 10 skills and experience match. I look for similar. So recruiters are also looking for someone who has a lot of energy, who has a lot of drive, who is very excited about the role. You know, when recruiters ring you to screen you for the job, your assessment actually starts from there. You see, everything that transpires between the recruiter and yourself goes to the hiring manager, because the recruiter sits in an advisory role when it comes to offering jobs to individuals or candidates. Recruiters don't like someone who will come on the job and not stay on the job for as long as possible. Recruiters don't like someone who can't deliver on the objective of why they were hired. So consider all those things when you're speaking or chatting with the recruiter. And also make sure that you're cautious and friendly. You are on time all the time. So for example, if the recruiter says, I will ring you at 2 p.m., make sure that you're available, or you make yourself available at 2 p.m. Reason is because every time a recruiter tries to get to you and they don't get across to you, there are 4 more other candidates or 5 more other candidates they can easily call. And if you keep missing opportunities like that, is always a red flag to the recruiter. So recruiters like someone who is very proactive. Also, when you are sent emails or correspondences, they would expect that you respond to them as soon as possible. So if you see an email from a recruiter or anyone talking to you about a role in an organization, don't wait to respond 2 days later or 3 days later. It also sends a signal that probably you're not really interested in this position. If you are very responsive in your approach, going back to the recruiter and assuring them along the way that you're really excited about the company, you're really excited about the opportunity, it sends a right and positive signal to the recruiter to say, this person is actually very interested in this position. So from the very first call you get from a recruiter, make sure that you're professional, make sure you're friendly, make sure you're yourself, make sure that you check the job requisition and talk about some of the skills and experience that they are looking for. Because if you pass through that recruiter screen, you will go on to the manager and then probably will land the opportunity there. So what are recruiters looking for? Recruiters are looking for a well-tailored CV. You don't have to include everything you've done on your CV. If it's not relevant to the job you've applied for, there's no point for you to include those things on your CV. And that is where the job specification comes in. They are looking for someone with that kind of spec. The word there is specification. Number 2, recruiters are looking for someone with drive, energy, enthusiasm, and someone who is very interested in the position. Someone also who is interested in the organization. Number 3, recruiters are looking for what the hiring manager is looking for. So the hiring manager is the one who owns the role. And if you're successful in any interview, you are going to be working in the team of the hiring manager. So if the hiring manager says, well, I'm looking for someone with a degree in engineering, for example, that will be at the top of priority for the recruiter to find amongst other things. So the recruiter is always looking for what the hiring manager is looking for. Why? They are looking to hire someone who will stay on the job and can deliver on the responsibilities and tasks of the job. So have that at the back of your mind. Recruiters are also looking for someone who is consistent. I'll tell you what I mean. If you apply to a job and on your CV it says something different and on your LinkedIn it says something different, that may be a sign of inconsistency. So before you start applying for jobs, before you apply for any vacancy, make sure that you tailor your experience and skills to the requisition of the job, and make sure that your LinkedIn is updated. Your CV and your LinkedIn does not have to be word for word or match for match. Your LinkedIn, however, has to showcase that you are the same person, you have the same experience or transferable experience and skills to the role you have applied for. A lot of times, recruiters will go to your LinkedIn to check you out, to see some of the things you write, some of the things you get involved in. So make sure that you're consistent in your storytelling on your public profile, which is your LinkedIn, and also your CV. And finally, recruiters are very involved in the final decision of who gets offered the job. So like I said, every interaction that you have with the recruiter will trickle up to the hiring manager. So if you're very friendly, they would note that. If you're on time, they would note that. If you are responsive to their emails, they would note that. They make the decision alongside the hiring manager. And sometimes when the hiring manager is having a tough time deciding who to go with, eventually the recruiter helps them, advises them on the best practice for choosing the right candidates. So those will be what recruiters are looking for. If you want to see the video on how to make recruiters notice you, please do click here. You will see the video I made a while ago talking about how to get the attention of recruiters no matter what job you've applied for. I truly hope that you found today's video helpful. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please feel free to share with your friends and family. It is free. And if you're not subscribed to the channel already, please go on and click the subscribe button down below. And if you have any questions or any requested video, please do share them with me in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy to help you resolve them to the best of my ability. And if you need help creating a CV that is compelling, that would help you attract the attention of that recruiter, please do email me on the address on the screen, and it will be my pleasure to help you on your journey. Thank you again for watching, and I'll speak to you soon on my next video. Bye-bye.